Hey guys, back at it again. We're in the car as always, and I'm here to read something that I wrote last year, August 5th of 2023. This is a word on social anxiety and people pleasing. So I'm just going to read this verbatim. I haven't even read through the entirety of it, but let's just get this over with. So, your competition wants to be beat if you plan on acting like they're superior. If it is a goal to act as if you're in charge of everything and know that what you're doing is right, then the people around you would rather be beat in competition so that they can have justifiable trust in you, rather than simply submitting through unprovable belief. You cannot win the respect of others by sucking up to them and preserving the idea of your inferiority. You must succeed not only on your own terms, but through the defeat of your competition, through the defeat of others. Leadership is a role that should be grounded in kindness and altruism. You should always be willing to help those in need and whomever is below your status. But people want help from those who are more knowledgeable and successful than them. You won't really take advice from someone who you deem to be below you. Thus, you need to prove your worth and superiority. Ironically, in order to best help those in your community and in your peer groups, you need to defeat them. You need to surpass your competition, with your competition being these people in your community and your peer groups. This is something I'm adding on. It's not just, the people that you're friends with and stuff, that you can only be kind to and whatever. You have to, kind of play the game, be a player in the game. Like, holy crap. I cannot emphasize the importance of that. Back to this. So this gives them trust in your ability to help, because if you can beat them at their own game, you can teach them something, right? Gives them trust in your leadership. So anytime that you think that you shouldn't do something because it might hurt others, because it might make them feel insecure, because it might make them feel inferior and vulnerable and worse of themselves, just remember, if you truly care about those people and want to help them succeed, you need to first establish yourself, and your sense of dominance by doing the very thing that might make them feel like shit. This is just a side note now. In your mind, you're going to think, oh no, I don't want to hurt these people. I don't want to make them feel bad or whatever. This is just something that's in your head. All right. This is a thought process that goes on in your head. It's not representative of actual reality. All right. When you go ahead and you actually act out in the real world and you do things that are good and you do things that are great and, have power imbued within them, people are not gonna feel like shit, dude. People are gonna be proud that there's actually someone around them that like knows what they're doing and is willing to help out. The only thing that's stopping you from thinking that really are just these stupid things in your head. So back to this. So I said, take their soul, crush any sort of doubt that they have regarding your position as a leader. Kind of brutal, but that's how it is, right? So this not only applies to the definition of success as it pertains to, say, being stronger or better looking or harder working than others, it also pertains to humility. That's a good point. Every single argument can be seen as a competition to be the most objective, right? Accepting your flaws and mistakes in argument acts as a sort of proof, that your leadership is not sourced from narcissism. Right? So gamify the pursuit of virtuosity by understanding that every acceptance of your mistakes is a step closer towards being a better and more trustworthy person, from which leadership is naturally obtained. Dude, I'm spitting facts here, like legit. Like, who is this person like writing this stuff, bro? Okay, so this revelation solves the problem of acting relative to the opinions of others. So what else stands in the way of increased self-confidence? I guess that pertains to what you do when no one else is around. When it's just you, just the actions that you do, and just the choices you make. When there's no soul to be taken and no competition to be won. To preface this, you first got to remember that there is no possible way to stop the mind from keeping track. Your head always acknowledges and records every single decision you consciously choose, along with whether or not it was in favor of strength or complacency. You know when you're cheating yourself, when you are living as a prisoner of your own fear, doubt, or anxiety. Thus, it's imperative to act with this in mind. Now, I know I talked about there being no competition to be won, in reference to when you're alone. But there is one if you look hard enough. I already kind of talked about it too. It is the competition of you versus your impulses. You versus you. The entire definition of discipline, in my head at least, is a competition between you and that thing in your head which tries to distract you. So it doesn't only mean to do hard things. It doesn't only mean to do hard things when you don't feel like it either. It means that you have to acknowledge that every single time you are faced with some sort of obstacle, challenge, roadblock, or pushback, that you consciously take note of your choice to either back down or to push forward. Then you remember that if you care about success, even in the least bit, that if you care about feeling confident, even in the least bit, that if you care about going to sleep and waking up happy about what you chose to do yesterday at all, then you have to choose to fight. It can't just be one thing. It is hard to just bring one thing to mind whenever you struggle and magically feel motivated as if what you're doing isn't hard. Okay, so what I'm talking about right now is like kind of thinking about your purpose, right? So it can't just be one thing. It can't just be like one reason for why you're doing what you're doing, right? The thing that you think about whenever things get hard is not just one thing, right? It is kind of a place in your mind that you go to that directs you to all the different things, that motivate you to keep on going, right? But it's your ability to find things in your mind that, are not only are you grateful for, but that remind you of the path that you're taking and why you chose to take the path that you're taking, right? That's what's really important. All right, I'm back to this. Do the work of journaling about the importance of confidence, success, and self-respect, of loving yourself, of feeling as if you can actually do something. Dig deep and connect with those reasons. Then, once that importance is established, you can call back on it whenever you need help to push forward. Okay, so that's actually a really good journal entry. I'm surprised by myself. This is something better than I could come up with right now. So kind of just a update as to where I'm at right now. I've kind of been stuck. I've been stuck in a little bit of a loop recently, right? And that's perfectly okay. Well, it's not okay. It's not okay to stay there. It's not okay. It's okay to be down, but it's not okay to stay down, right? But I think that what I really need to do in order to get out of this is to just be consistent with small goals, right? Because again, as I said, every single interaction, every single thing that you do, your mind keeps track, right? So when you're doing little things here and there, that just aren't in alignment with the things you're supposed to be doing, your mind keeps track and you don't get the confidence that you develop naturally from sticking to your own word and actually doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. Confidence isn't about shouting affirmations. It's about, repeatedly proving to yourself that you are the person that you say that you are. That you are a leader. And the thing about confidence, I don't think you can fake it till you make it, dude. It's something where you will not be able to literally comprehend, even mentally grasp the decisions and the opportunities that are available to you until you literally just do the work and prove to yourself and build up an actual solid foundation of confidence. Only then will you be able to act from a true position as a leader, because that confidence changes your state of mind, changes who you are as a person. But that's funny because changing who you are as a person increases your confidence. So there's a loop there, and the loop is always running. It's not like I'm going to choose to start this feedback loop. The loop is always running with every single decision that you make, every single opportunity that arises, It's always there. It's better to think of it as a continuum, right? there are better and worse decisions that you can make. Right? And the more risky a decision is, the greater the reward is, a lot of the times. In regard specifically to kind of changing how you are acting, so acting in the direction of something that you want to strive towards, something that's great, right? There's a lot of reward to be had there, but I'm just getting into semantics right now. That's pretty much this little video right here. I really want to get back into this, dude. Like, I remember me back then would just be so nervous to post things now. Like, I vividly remember just like writing all these things, be like, oh my god, I'm figuring so many things out, but I could never post these things online. I would be like deathly afraid of it. Here I am. I'm so happy about myself for doing this. So even though it seems like I'm not really ahead, I am ahead in some ways. I just have to build things up. All right, so peace out, guys. Hope you have a good night or morning, afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.